Hello everyone, and welcome to CPC's online devotional for Tuesday, April the 7th. It's good to have this virtual time with you. I hope that everyone is doing well. Again, please know that you're in my thoughts and prayers, and I'm sure that you're all keeping each other in your thoughts and prayers as well at this time. Just a couple of things I want to update you on. I do have two new prayer request to share with you. Gary Overstreet of our congregation asked that we be in prayer for his father, Herb Overstreet, who is 90 years old and fell and broke his hip yesterday. He's going to have surgery for that hip today, so we want to keep Herb Overstreet in our prayers. Also, please be in prayer for Martha Brubaker of our congregation. Martha has been sick for almost a couple of weeks now with a cough and high fever. She did have testing for the coronavirus this past Friday, but the results are not in. Brubaker says that those results could take as long as 10 days even. So they, of course, are concerned about what's going on. We want to remember them in our prayers. So again, Martha Brubaker, along with her family and loved ones, and Gary Overstreet's father, Herb Overstreet. Back in the summer of 2010, I attended a clergy conference in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And while I was there, I met a young woman, another Presbyterian pastor. Her name is Kara Root. And we haven't kept in touch since then. We just met that week, and after that, we lost track with each other. But a couple of days ago, Kara had something posted online that I'd like to share with you today. As you know, we've all been encouraged to wash our hands frequently for 20 seconds. And Kara's post online gets at the heart of the matter, the fact that 20 seconds ordinarily seems like nothing at all until it comes to washing our hands, and then it seems like an eternity. So listen as I share this devotional, these insights from a Presbyterian pastor colleague of mine, Kara Root, who is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here's what she writes. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. Never has 20 seconds felt so long in my entire life. I'm trying to follow the CDC's advice for avoiding the coronavirus. I count as I wash my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. My normal hand washing time is apparently somewhere around 8 seconds. After 8 seconds, I feel finished. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I resent each additional second. Each one feels long and annoying. 20 seconds is an eternity. It's making me cranky. The soap is gone because I've kept my hands under the water. I have to get more soap. I think about how much water I'm wasting. A tip I hear to avoid the counting: wash your hands for 2 rounds of happy birthday. I tried this one time. I hate it so much. I don't want happy birthday to you in my head that many times a day. It's bad enough at actual birthdays. That 20 seconds of hand washing several times a day is an excellent opportunity to stop and soak in resentment. It's a marvelous forced pause to wallow in grouchy irritability and anxiety. To keep myself from ending early, cutting it to 12 seconds or 14, I take to ruminating on the spread of the virus. I wonder how many more people have gotten it so far. I berate myself for my impatience. Surely I must be an exceptionally impatient person if I can't stand there for 20 seconds. I scold myself for telling my kids to do this and then having such a hard time with it myself. I'm a bad parent. I wonder whether they're actually washing their hands for 20 seconds. I probably should nag them more often and more forcefully. This was my increasingly unpleasant hand washing routine until yesterday. My husband walked in the door and said, "Hey, did you know 20 seconds is the Lord's Prayer? One time through the Lord's Prayer takes about 20 seconds." Suddenly, the whole thing blew open. I thought immediately of the contemplatives and the mystics, the church fathers and mothers. I thought of those who tried to find ways to follow the Apostle Paul's direction to pray without ceasing. Now I see that each time I wash my hands, I'm offered a chance to slow down and be present with God. I'm offered a moment in which to stand still and breathe and come back to myself. Head, heart, body, right here with God. How many opportunities throughout my day do I now have to pause and be reoriented? Suddenly, this task, this frustrating requirement of hand washing becomes a gift. I turn on the faucet. I listen to the sound of the water. I breathe. I wet my hands and squirt soap into my palm. I am aware of my hands and how they've changed, how they've aged. They look just like my mother's when I was young. She was once just the age I am now. I begin. Our Father, who art in heaven. I feel the strength in my fingers, the flexibility, the sensitivity to touch and sensation. My hands do so much, and I take them for granted. Thank you, hands. Thank you, God, for my hands. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Around this point, my hands begin to feel sudsy, velvety, and a little tickly, as if wrapped in a soft blanket. It's a pleasant sensation. I let myself enjoy it. How full life is of these small sensations, these little unnoticed blessings of embodied creatures. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. My mind unclenches a little. It snaps to the phone call I've been replaying in my head for weeks. I feel the tension in my throat and the tender, wounded anger I've been nursing. Let's face it, cherishing. I think about the tone in her voice, the dismissive way she treated me. It rises up and balloons in my chest as it has in the car, in the bed, in the shower, any time I am still long enough for it to catch up and invade me again. But this time, I face it squarely. Forgive us. Forgive me as I forgive. It breaks apart a little, dissipates. She doesn't know me. I don't need her to understand me. We are both doing our best with our days, with our lives. Beloved children of God, both of us. All of us. Maybe I can let this go. Maybe I can wash my hands of it and let it go. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. The water is warm. I rinse off the soap. In just 20 seconds, my hands feel clean, and my mind and heart feel renewed. Thank you, Kara, for those wonderful words. Thank you for tuning in, and just a heads up about the devotional for this coming Thursday, April 9, which is Maundy Thursday. Of course, we're in Holy Week right now. Maundy Thursday is Thursday. The emphasis of Maundy Thursday scripturally is the story of Jesus' Last Supper with the disciples. My intention on Thursday for our online devotion is to offer a brief service of virtual communion. Never having done this before, I'm just going to kind of figure it out as I go along. But I invite you, in preparation for that, to have with you, when you view the online devotional this coming Thursday, to have with you a small piece of bread and a cup, perhaps, of grape juice or wine or anything. Whatever you have at home will be fine as we engage together in our first experience of virtual online communion as we observe Maundy Thursday together. So until then, my best to all of you. God's blessing to you. And again, please be sure to call the church anytime if there's any way that we can be of help to you. Goodbye.